How are you doing, Chicago? Are you listening to Radio DePaul, Chicago's College Connection? My name is Benji Wax, alongside my boy
Joey Campasassi.
And you're listening to the Afternoon Delight, I guess winter edition, because we're on like the super long 7-week.
Afternoon Delight.
After lots of afternoons, I don't know. But we're on until 6 o'clock today, so we hope that you make us a part of your, I don't know, whatever you're doing today, going shopping, doing. Because you can listen to us on your iHeartRadio app on your smartphone in your pocket right now. That I know is right there. So we got a bunch of special guests, and by a bunch I mean two. In the studio today with us, we got Marc and Gen from Company of Thieves.
Hola!
So say hi to everyone that's listening. And guys, if you're listening and you want to chat with us, we've got that option here. It in like the top right of the little window, you can click chat and talk, which is super cool. Where is it? We had this guy talking to us a second ago named Jeff. Yeah. What's up, Jeff? Company of Thieves is here, if you were wondering. So introduce us to yourselves, guys. So that's Genevieve and Marc, and you guys are from Chicago, right?
Yes, we are a Chicago-based band, and we play, original music, and it's super weird.
Nice. So how'd you guys get started?
We met through mutual friends while I was going to school at Columbia College.
Oh, you did? Okay, cool.
For a short time, and we're at similar places in our lives and bonded over that and started playing music for fun and ended up liking what was coming out of that and started doing open mics and got positive feedback and just kept taking it to the next level.
Nice. So it just started as YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And are you guys like the core members, I guess, if you had to say?
Yeah.
Or is it a whole like band? I mean,
kind of it's definitely a band, but it's gone through many changes over the years just because we started when we were young, so we were really, really passionate and had our heart set on a very specific mission that wasn't everyone else's mission all the time. So it's changed a lot.
So how old were you guys about when you started out?
18.
I think I was 19.
Oh, nice. That's like how old we are now. Just got the dreams going, right?
Yeah.
So like when
you'll get jaded in a few years, don't worry.
So at what point? Because you guys have opened up for some pretty substantial acts at this point now. Like for what? Sleeper Agent, Cage, who else? Morning Teleportation, right?
Oh, that was our New Year's Eve show last year, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we've supported, the Hold Steady and the Wigs and OK Go.
That's awesome.
And, Group Love. I don't know, there's tons. We've opened up for...
Hall Notes.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we played with
Wow,
DePaul
that's
house.
unbelievable. Oh, at live from Daryl's house or whatever?
And we've also played a show with them in Chicago.
Really?
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
super cool.
mean... Yeah.
I'm friends with with Patrick Stump, who sang for Fall Out Boy, and I remember seeing his video with live from Daryl's house, and I was like,
that's right, yeah.
It's
super
cool.
cool thing that so what's his idea with that? He just wants to get newish indie bands to come in.
Yeah, Daryl Hall. He kind of I think he's presented with tons of new acts all the time, and he probably does some of his own research too.
Does he produce now, or does he have a label, or?
He is curating this show, this hangout, if you will.
Okay.
That I'm pretty sure he pays for out of pocket, where
Really?
he just invites artists to come up to his, abode in upstate New York, and you record and hang out, and he plays some of your songs, and you play some of his, and he has an amazing band with him.
Yeah, it just feels like a jam session. Really? You're hanging out all day with a bunch of cool guys.
That's super cool.
Yeah. When we played, the drummer of our show was the drummer from SNL, and, the percussionist does everything with, Bruce Springsteen or
Bon
Jovi. So, yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So what are some other really cool, I guess, almost storybook experiences that you guys have gotten through this musical journey, I guess? Because that seems pretty unbelievable playing with.
We met Lou Reed once.
Really?
Yeah.
That was a pretty great... an ex-manager of ours manages him, and he's married to Laurie Anderson, which is a wonderful performance artist, and she was doing a show in New York when we were in town, and we sat, it was so weird. We sat, in that party, Lou Reed's two people over, and we're like, oh my God, that's Lou Reed. We saw this amazing, inspiring show that Laurie Anderson did, and then afterwards we went out in his in the dressing room to say hi and everything, and Lou Reed sat everyone down and opened his laptop up and showed us this kung fu movie he was working on at the time, and we're just watching Lou Reed in a kung fu. Very strange.
And then before we left, he was saying that it was nice to meet us and it was fun talking with such bright young people, and that we should take care of our city of criminals.
Yeah, he called us. Yeah, he thought our band name was
funny.
We didn't tell him our real band name. We just went with City of Criminals and let him have it because you're not going to argue with Lou Reed.
Exactly. How'd you guys come up with the band name? Is there a story behind it?
Oh man, we are asked this question so often.
Yeah.
Basically, it comes from an expression that we heard called "in the company of great thieves."
Okay.
And, frankly, we just found it to be pretty awesome.
Yeah, no, that sounds super
It's
cool.
you don't really mess with that,
Yeah.
Or then it evolved to kind of we're a group of outsiders, or we have a different kind of lifestyle, or we're thick as thieves. It felt good to say.
How do you guys feel about Caravan of Thieves?
No comment.
Yeah. Are you guys like?
I actually just don't know their music.
Okay, yeah, I saw it on like the Facebook the other day. I was looking you guys up, and then it was just like, oh, suggested like Caravan of Thieves. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, wow,
Great.
that's similar. Like
Minivan of Thieves, covered wagon of thieves, spaceship of thieves.
See their posters everywhere for years since we started. So I hope they're doing well.
You guys should just do a big out brawl, band on band.
Ain't no beef.
So then, as far as you guys, other members, are they stagnant, or do you have different guys that like play in different albums or tour with you guys, or is it a set group?
This lineup's been consistent for a while. I mean, Chris Faller has been playing bass for us for a long time now.
Okay.
So I guess the three of us have been together for over 2 years now.
Yeah.
And then Eitan Bernstein's been playing keys for us for a little while. He's phenomenal. He has his own project called Family Order, which is really great. A drummer lives in New York that we've been touring with for over a year now, named Matt Rulo. But this next show that we have coming up in Chicago, we're gonna have a different drummer. So it's nice we get a lot of fresh blood, even though it's been the same band. It doesn't feel like we've been playing with the same personalities and the same musical styles. Like, it changes so much, and we learn a lot from it.
And as far as all these other musicians, do you meet them through friends of friends, or through like the management company, or like just?
It's usually friends of friends.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah, it's a trusted source that way.
Okay, cool. So let's see. So like when you guys were first starting out, how did you go from, I guess, performing in coffee shops and open mics and stuff to like, I guess, somewhat big stage of
like the Metro?
Yeah, like it's impressive.
Well, I guess the transitional phase from open mics to a legit rock concert where everyone's plugged in and everything was we decided to record an album. With Sean O'Keefe, actually, who worked with Fall Out Boy for their first record. And so when we finished with that, we started playing a bunch of shows.
Was that at Gravity?
We did, I think, just organ and piano at Gravity. It was at Sean O'Keefe's house.
At the time. Yeah, but then, how did we get our Shuba show where we decided to release our CD in May of 2007 at Shuba's, end up being a sold-out show.
Beat Kitchen.
Wow.
Sorry. Oh my God. Beat Kitchen.
Beat Kitchen is
a long time ago.
Beat Kitchen is great.
Beat Kitchen. Yeah. But how did we?
We just I think maybe booked one show.
I think we were super pests, and we're super consistent, and we're just.
Yeah, just
persistent in that pursuit. Alliteration is crazy. I don't know. We bugged them to let us play a show, and then it got sold out. And then people at venues in Chicago were like, "Okay, this band has some fans." We were like, "Phew."
So we just took any opportunity. Like anytime we played a show, maybe there was a band member from a different band in the crowd, and like, "Oh, you should play a show with my band," and we would just take any offer we ever got, and then it just kind of built a little community of fans that way. And then by the time we had our CD release show, like Jen said, it was sold out, and
that's unbelievable.
Just started playing around the Midwest and college shows, and just just trying to keep.
A lot of that was thanks to MySpace at the time.
Oh, really?
And social networking. Thank God for that, because that was like such an awesome way to spread the word.
Yeah. Did you guys do like free downloads of the album? Did you have to pay for
I remember we burned like 3 songs before it was done and just handed those out for free everywhere.
We would go to a lot of shows in the city, even in the wintertime, just stand out in the cold and pass out these samplers and tell everybody like, check out our band. If it was a band, I did that at a Regina Spektor concert, and we did a lot of rock shows at Metro and stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you guys recorded like an album first before like an EP or demos or anything like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We
did it all backwards.
Okay, like because the progression is usually to like start like a little smaller, right? I mean,
right.
Sure.
That's a very popular method of doing it these days.
Yeah, I mean, we played several shows, and we're still developing our sound and developing the songs. But we wanted to have a good representation of like what we were going for, and we knew Sean O'Keefe was an engineer at the time that would kind of help mold that into the path we wanted to take it to. So once we had that, we had a product to kind of pass around and sell, and we played every show we can possibly do. And
nice. How'd you guys get in contact with him?
Well, you knew him through mutual friends from Jen's old band, I think, or just working at Ivy Lab Studios with their old band. I think just ran into him here and there.
Gravity.
Gravity.
Or something. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've had some other friends too that have recorded with Gravity, and they seem like they know their stuff pretty well.
Yeah.
Do you guys know Breakers Broken by any chance?
Mm-mm.
They're like, I guess, random Tim and Herfy Maya. There's some other guys that we're working on playing a show with them. We're actually in a band too, and like we were just like planning on doing the show the 22nd, and that fell through. But it's definitely all comes down to just like meeting people in bands and like playing shows with them, and then you meet other people through that.
Totally.
And like, it's just like this whole web of like I don't know, bands playing other band
Yeah.
shows, which I think is a super cool.
Definitely.
It's really
Were you guys
fun.
part of like a house circuit, or like did you guys play house shows a lot?
We didn't really. I wish. I would love to.
Really?
Yeah.
It'd be fun to do that now. Have a
Come
little
play some house
residency.
shows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should totally play a house show together. But yeah, so do you guys want to actually play some tunes for us?
Sure.
We'd love
So yeah,
to.
we'll go into a little break, then we'll come back and we'll do a little bit of that. So everyone stay tuned. Here's a song from one of our favorite homies. Didn't you actually open for Sleeper Agent?
Yes.
That's insane. All right, here we go. Here's Love Blood on Radio DePaul. All right, everyone, welcome back to Radio DePaul, Chicago's College Connection. This is Benji Waxman. You're listening to The Afternoon Delight. As before, we have some super special guests in here, company of Thieves, and they're actually going to perform a little live set for you all right now. So are you guys set? You guys good to go here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So got the monitors going and everything's good. So do your thing when you guys are ready. Company of Thieves here on Radio DePaul.
So this is it, I double check, even with a bright light, but you're gone. You pull me out, a cigarette, ashes to the wind is all I'm now. I take a dusty bow. This is what it all comes down to. Don't you know my heart still beats for it? I'm tired, but I just can't go to bed. You're sorry and it ain't no big surprise. I'd fight you, but we're all just tranquilized. Oh, oh, oh. I don't commit, I keep it clean. Wish-washing machine, I'm a riddle. So put me in that dressing wheel. Call it a day, I'll sign the papers and my life away. Oh, this is what it all comes down to. Don't you know my heart still beats for it? I'm tired, but I just can't go to bed. You're sorry and it ain't no big surprise. I fight you, but we're all just tranquilized. Oh, oh, oh. I'm tired. I'm tired. Don't you know my heart still beats for it? I'm tired, but I just can't go to bed. You're sorry and it ain't no big surprise. I'd fight you, but we're all just tranquilized. Oh, I'm too tired to. I'm too tired to. I'm tired.
All right.
That was awesome.
That was great. So what was the name of that song?
That's called Too Tired.
Cool. And is that from an existing album or EP?
Nope. An album that does not exist yet.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So you guys working on some new stuff right now?
Yes.
All right, nice.
Definitely.
When can listeners expect something new out on the market?
Ooh.
Very hard to say right now.
That I don't know.
Okay.
We're working on next steps.
Okay, cool. Before we go into another song, Jeff from Connecticut asks, do you guys have jobs outside of the band? And if not, what did you do before the band?
I have many jobs outside of the band. I have all kinds of different part-time jobs right now. From working in a restaurant to doing voiceover work to teaching music lessons and stuff.
Oh, really?
So yeah.
Are either of you guys like classically trained at all, or like take any
No.
formalized education?
No, I mean the band has been a full-time job, for a few years, but up until recently, we've taken a lot of time off and trying to figure out next steps. So we've had a lot of time to try to figure out how to survive other ways while still trying to make the band work. So it's a balancing act for sure.
Okay, cool. And as far as like just like getting money for like promotion and distribution and like all that kind of stuff, like where do you guys get funds for that? Like is that from like a management company or is that from just from raising it yourself?
Oh, we got funded for a lot from our record label when we signed.
Where are you guys signed right now?
Wind Up Records.
Okay, cool. Are they Chicago based?
No, they're in New York. They were one of the largest independently owned labels, and felt really good to sign back in 2008 when we did that deal. And we're now just trying to figure out where to go now and how to make the best decisions for our career.
That's awesome. Cool. He also wants to know when you guys are coming back to Connecticut.
Oh man, we had a really good show there in March.
Yeah, what is it?
Or in late February that was.
He brought you out he was brought out to a show at the Fairfield Theater Company. Does that ring a bell?
That's really cool.
Yeah, that was a really fun show. We're going to be in Albany. I don't know how close that is, but I think that's the closest coming up. I don't know.
Yeah, we should let everybody know right now that
so talk about the show a little bit.
We're playing a Chicago show at the Metro on Friday, December 28th.
All right.
The main support will be another fellow Chicago band, Brighton MA, and the openers will be Minor Characters. We're really, really excited about this show.
Cool.
And in late January, Mark and I are going to go on an acoustic tour to the East Coast. So if anybody's out there, we are going to post all of those dates. Today?
Hopefully today.
Oh, nice.
And a lot of them are already posted now. So check to see if we're coming to a city near you.
Cool. So as far as like booking shows and stuff like that, do you guys have like does the management company do that or the promotions or like?
No, we have a booking agent.
Okay, they do
so,
that too. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, for this, this is an idea that we've had for a while because we started as an acoustic duo, and we've always wanted to show our fans in other cities like that side of us. So we came to our manager and our booking agent just saying we want to do this acoustic tour since we have all this time off. And but other tours, whenever we feel like it's a good time to headline or go back to certain cities, it's usually on us. Like we're a very hands-on band, and we don't really like to rely on other people to know.
And it's super cool that you guys can like break down, like from the rock sound and also do an acoustic thing to show people that like how musically talented you guys actually are. I think that's something really impressive when bands can do that.
Thank you.
Like one of my favorite bands is the Foo Fighters, and like when they went on the Skin and Bones
Love
tour.
that.
Oh yeah.
Like so awesome that they can just
Totally.
break that down. Did you guys see like the Nirvana reunion the other night?
I didn't. Was it actually Nirvana or was it Chris and Dave playing
it was
for Paul
Chris
McCartney?
And Dave.
Yeah, they didn't play a Nirvana song.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
That's pretty
weird.
cool,
Like
though.
it was
pretty
cool to see like wow, like the Beatles and Nirvana like combined, and Pat Smear was there too. Who's
Yeah.
like I don't know what I think of Pat Smear, but he was from the Germs. And
Yeah.
He's playing with Foo Fighters now. I don't know how I feel about that, but whatever.
Well, he was one of the first guitarists.
He was the original guitarist, and then he quit when they were during a show. He's like, oh, by the way, guys, like I'm done.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, so now you're crawling back, Pat? Okay, let's see how it is. Like, that's the impression that I got.
Who knows what was going down?
But yeah, so you guys have some more tunes that you want to play for one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to do another window?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, are we just going to play one more?
You can do whatever you feel. I mean, we're here till 6, so feel free to do whatever.
Okay, we're gonna do a new song called "Younger."
Sure.
Right?
This gets so weird sometimes. I turn the page and I find it's all the same as it was. burning with an anger. When I was younger, who I love, all the time we spent trying to get our voices heard. Sometimes it felt like dying, waiting to change the world. All the time we spent trying to get our voices heard. Sometimes it felt like dying, waiting to take our turn. Take our turn. Take our turn. When I was younger, when I was younger, I
Love that riff. That was really sweet.
Yeah, that's great, guys. So can you like talk a little bit about like what the writing process is like, or how you guys?
Yeah. It's in two stages, and it's usually just focused around a strong lyric idea that's supported by melodies that we feel are up to par and an interesting chord sequence, and then trying to figure out which way to bring it to life. Sometimes I'll have an acoustic song that sounds like it could be a rock song, but maybe we want to pull in a different direction, so we bring it to the band and figure out other ways to jam it out, and present it in a different way. But Genevieve's got so many melody ideas that she'll bring, or sometimes she'll have an idea on piano, or I'll have an idea on guitar and a melody, and she'll change it around, and we'll work together on melodies. It's just different. We don't like to have like one set formula. It's kind of, and especially now with the new songs, we're trying to just figure out different ways to get inspired and come up with a new sound, basically.
That's awesome. So who are some of your guys' like biggest inspirations then?
The Beatles.
Neil Young,
Okay.
Beach Boys, Fiona Apple, Radiohead.
Nina Simone, Billie Holiday, Aretha Franklin.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's like really like an all-encompassing like I guess influence like thing. Because that's something that I feel like that I try and embody too with us, like because I grew up listening to like, even though I guess I was early 2000s, late 90s, like like the Chuck Berrys and like the classics, like
totally
original stuff. And so it's, I guess sometimes like the songs are more like punky, but then it'll just be like, whoa, classic blues pentatonic like riffs. And I feel like it's really cool when bands can like get a whole spectrum of like a musical
totally
past thing. So what do you guys see as like the future of your band? Like where do you guys want to be in the next, say, 5 years? This isn't an interview.
I don't know. That's hard.
Uh-huh.
I guess I love to travel, and I love to collaborate with lots of musicians, and hopefully get to tour with, a lot of great bands.
Mm-hmm.
And
are there any like dreams for you? Like any like, oh, if we could only tour with like this band? Or just like nothing that you've really thought of?
I guess probably anybody that I've ever looked up to,
Mhm.
like Bjork or Radiohead or
That'd be great.
Wilco or, like that. That would be really cool. But really, I just like to be challenged and be, enthusiastic about participating in life. So
That's great.
whatever that brings me.
That's fantastic. All right, nice. You guys have more material?
Sure.
Sure.
What do you want to play?
Whatever.
Do you want to try Window?
Sure. This is another new song called Window.
battle of our fears, leaving trails of lies and secrets. Did I let you, or did I want you to? Never mind the rhyme or reason. Did what I had to, I did what I had to. I want a window, I want a window, I want a window, I want to see it all. This is all you get when you risk your life and you work so hard, and when you get back, it's all been taken. This is all you get when you risk your life and you work so hard, and when you get back, it's all been taken. I want a window, I want a window, I want a window, I want to see it all. I want a window, I want a window, I want to see it all.
Wow. If those 3 songs don't convince you to attend their acoustic tour, you're crazy. Those are amazing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So with your guys' big show coming up at the Metro on the 28th, you guys are regularly touring. So what does it mean to come back to Chicago to play such a big show?
Well, this time we've actually been home for a while, so it's really exciting to just be in the city for so long, not playing, and then having this, just hometown gig with a lot of cozy friends and family, kind of holiday time fun. So we're very excited to just play.
Awesome, yeah. That show is not sold out yet, but it probably will, so you should probably get your ticket soon. It's December 28th at the Metro. Have you guys played at the Metro before?
Yeah,
Yeah, what do you think of it?
we love it.
Yeah.
It's always a rush to play there. It's a pretty magical space. in
It's
the
such a
city.
cool Chicago venue.
Do you guys have a favorite Chicago venue?
I mean, Metro's definitely one of them.
Yeah.
I love the Riv. I always want to play the Riv, the Vic. Smaller, I mean, Shuba's is great. It's another classic staple.
Have you guys played like all of them, the whole
We've
circuit?
played a lot of them, not all of them.
Uh-huh.
We haven't played the Vic or
Have
the
you guys
Riv.
played Lincoln Hall?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
played Lincoln Hall.
Nice.
I mean, I think we've played all of them except like the Vic and the Riv, really, or
We
like
haven't played the Chicago Theater.
or Chicago
Okay.
Theater.
The Vic's great too. That's God.
I think
so
it's
good.
perfect for your sound, I think. too.
Yeah.
It would be really fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
I just
done-
saw kids
Someday.
these days there. Do you guys know them?
Yeah, I know of them.
Yeah, I saw them there the other day, and it was a great show, and they're like another just like classic, Chicago
It's
new
fun.
band, and they're
Yeah, a lot of my favorite memories of going to concerts are from that venue.
nice. That's nice.
Mhm.
Jeff Tweedy actually, I think, just produced their
Yeah,
record.
yeah. And I'm sure he was there too, and I was like looking around, like, God, where is he?
I think that's cool. It excites me that he's. I don't know if he's getting into producing because he did the Mavis Staples record as well.
Right,
But,
yeah, yeah.
but just helping out a local smaller band like Kids These Days, maybe he'll work with us one day. That'd be
I
great.
mean, definitely. I mean, and I feel like it all just comes down to like, just networking and like meeting the right people and knowing the right people and just like doing favors for other people, and then they
Incredible
help you back out.
talent.
Yeah, and when you're talented to like put the sprinkles on top, like it's just you got it all, I guess. Yeah, other stuff you want to ask?
That's all I've got.
All right, cool. So is there anything else you guys want to tell, I guess, listeners before you guys embark on the rest of your journey?
No, just keep in touch, and thank you so much for listening. And you can find us on Twitter at COT Life.
Mm-hmm.
On Facebook, we are just facebook.com/Company of Thieves. And we have a lot of new stuff in the new year. So
Yeah, give them a like, give them a follow. Make sure to keep in touch with them. They're a super talented group, and we're super excited that you guys had the chance to come into the
thanks
studio.
for having
So
us.
Yeah,
thanks so much for coming by.